There's one change for Grant McCann's team. Callum Elder comes into the wing-back role. So Keane Lewis-Potter, we expect, is going to be pushed along for an injured Malik Wilkes rather than an ill one. So the team for Hull City is this. It's Baxter in goal. The usual back three of Bernard, McLaughlin and Greaves. Elder, and we expect Ryan Longman on the opposite wing-back role. Midfield three, Smallwood, Doherty and Honeyman. There was some doubt over a couple of those, but they have been involved in the side today. And then Josh McGuinness goes up front with Keane Lewis-Potter. The bench for the Tigers sees a couple of youngsters in Harvey Cartwright most particularly, but then the rest of the players are either under-23s who have that senior authority. Tom Eaves, Andy Cannon, Randell Williams, Matt Smith, Brandon Fleming and Tyler Smith. That's good play from Gary Medine in the centre of midfield. He's now got to try and push himself forward with Lavery as Blackpool again pester the left-hand side. Bowler tees it up to Anderson, 18 yards out, takes the shot on, didn't catch it cleanly enough, and it slices wide of the target. But that's a really good chance for the home side, and they look dangerous in their wide areas in these early proceedings. Hull City need to tighten it up down their left-hand side, as Callum Elder, not once but twice, has just been caught potentially flat-footed, and Josh Bowler, the man with the most dribbles in the championship, looks to be running amok. Keshi Anderson on the left-hand side with Bernard and Longman around him. He just swivels on the ball on his right foot, and he gets stuck in between four men in black shirts. Got a little toe on the ball. That's the sort of stuff you do in training when you're piggy in the middle, having to chase the ball, and it does happen every now and then. Smallwood has actually managed to play it through, looking for Josh McGuinness, and it will pop to him on the right hand side. Tees it back, Honeyman, big save from the keeper. It's a huge stop from Grimshaw. Hull City will feel that they should have scored there. Smallwood recovered possession in midfield, played it straight through to McGuinness. His shot in the end went to the right hand side. He actually tried to take it around the goalkeeper, and then he set it back for Honeyman, who did the hard part, got it on target from close range. But then a magnificent stop by the keeper, who was diving low down to his right hand side but stuck his left hand high. But neat little moments for Hull City when they do get the ball inside the opposing half. It's not been as frequent as the first 10-15 minutes. But George Honeyman, the assist king last season, turned into a bit of a goal machine in recent times. Is he going to go back to his old ways that a League One Blackpool would expect him to be, by setting in this corner, which he takes right-footed? It's a decent delivery towards Richie Smallwood, who I think was unchallenged in the air. He leapt well and steers his header wide of the target. Hasn't scored since the opening day, Richie Smallwood, and goals don't come so readily for him. But he may feel from that set piece that he should be hitting the target, and I think with the little competition he had in the air, he should certainly have done better. Remains 0-0. Sterling will go for a long ball route, searching for Bernard. Blackpool usually very accurate with their long balls. They're in the top four of the division. They like to dribble with it, and that's what Bowler seeks to do here as Greaves goes sliding in, and a penalty goes Blackpool's way. Jacob Greaves looks slightly perplexed. Thought he'd taken a piece of the ball at first, in truth, but he brought down Bowler. There's no complaints from the defence or midfield, and Blackpool have got a penalty to open this game up on the half-hour mark. No complaints from anybody in the Hull City camp. It's up to Baxter. He stands with his hands in the air as Gary Medine slots it into the back of the net. The man who scored on New Year's Day for Bolton against Hull City when Nigel Adkins was manager comes up with the same trick again, this time from 12 yards. And Gary Medine puts Blackpool in front. The Seasiders lead by 1-0. So Hull City are behind. They'll have to work very bravely and gallantly to get themselves back on level terms before the break, as Bernard, who wins Hull City a throw-in, goes on a 1-2 with Smallwood. Hull City win it high up the pitch. Keane Lewis-Potter fancies it from a long way out, and it's really close. Grimshaw scampers across, gets a little touch on it to steer it behind. 25-yarder from Keane Lewis-Potter, the man who got the most goals and assists combined of anyone 21 years and younger in the entire Football League last season. Wanted to set off 2022 with a bang. Down the line, Blackpool try and throw it in. Hull City look to win it back. McGuinness, who has had to really tussle. He's done it adequately enough in the first 45 minutes, trying to be that buffer to let Tyler Smith get in behind with his pace. He has done once or twice. One of them, many feel, on the pitch anyway, and certainly in the stand I share, feel that Tyler Smith hadn't handled the ball when he collided and spun away from Richard Keogh. Still looking to break his duck for the season. Blackpool, on the other hand, want to rub some salt into the wounds at the end of the half. Keshi Anderson's chance as Blackpool took the shot on. Bowler screams at him, though, on the opposite side of the penalty area, saying, why didn't you cross it that time? But Keshi Anderson wanted to take it on. In the end, he couldn't pick out a corner. It went straight down the middle. And Baxter with a simple save in the end as Blackpool try and open up Hull City's defence. Linesman's got his flag up on the far side for offside, right on the halfway line. McLaughlin is in a funny way. He's limping around at the moment. He gets the ball now, plays it with his left foot. Is it just an impact injury? He's getting the ball off Greaves again. He's going to try and play it forward. He's floated it really nicely in behind the defence for Tyler Smith, and he's scuffed his lines. He would wanted to have hit the target and possibly even make the net ripple with that opportunity. But he is one of the most lively players in black on the park. And you never know, if he gets his bearings right, he might be the one who comes up with Hull City's first saving grace of the afternoon in pulling them level. But not to be. Blackpool just having a spell of possession, and they've picked the ball out very nicely over towards Josh Bowler. Keane Lewis-Potter has dropped him, but there's an overload. Sterling unmarked into the penalty area, squares it across the penalty area, comes out to Bowler, pushed out by Baxter, and somehow goes over the top of the crossbar. Blackpool cannot believe they haven't doubled their advantage. Keshi Anderson from little more than 4 yards at best, managing to actually scuff his opportunity altogether. Sterling setting the ball into the penalty area along the deck caused problems within the defensive ranks for the Tigers. Blackpool, on the other hand, at the other end, have got themselves a throw-in, and they take it. A couple of one-touch passes, little flick from Lavery to find Anderson. Medine is waiting inside the penalty area, headers wide. Tallest man on the park, Gary Medine, stands 6'5", and like Smallwood in the first half, would feel he should have hit the target. He arrived into the penalty area, made it look very casual the way he just nodded the ball, but he headed wide of the target. Jacob Greaves and Bernard, the back three, spread across the pitch at the moment. McLaughlin goes back towards Baxter. It's now with Bernard, who's gone for a long ball forward, causes problems for the defence. Tom Eaves takes the shot on, and he's pulled it wide of the target. Took it on from 20 yards or so. A miss-touch by the Blackpool defence. I think it was Sterling, the one who got his bearings wrong. Allowed Eaves to take the shot on. But Hull City are going to have to carve out a more clearer opportunity than the one they've just had. Everyone charging towards the final third. Williams, McLaughlin, the only outfield player not in the equation. Ball into the penalty area again. Somehow darts through everybody, but Longman can track across and get it. He plays it back to Keane Lewis-Potter, 25 yards out, left side. He tries to swing it into the box. It's a poor delivery and headed away safely and securely by Blackpool. Bernard is able to win it back again. Williams. Honeyman's turn to deliver into the box. Bounces. Smith from close range misses. Huge stop by Grimshaw, I think it was. Smith with a glorious chance to equalise, and Hull City didn't take it. They've still got opportunities. It's Doherty travelling freely towards the penalty area. Sterling gets across, loses his feet, as now Doherty plays it back to Keane Lewis-Potter, swings it in towards the back post, and Grimshaw gets in the way again. This time it was Williams who took the shot on. The man in green cannot be beaten. Honeyman delivers into the box, headed on by Greaves. Massive chance right at the end, scrambling around inside the box. And I think a free kick goes Blackpool's way as everyone just stops and stares. A few hands go on heads in Hull City colours. A cluster of brilliant opportunities for Hull City right at the end. Tyler Smith denied by Grimshaw with a save that probably bettered his one in the first half. Josh Bowler got the Man of the Match award earlier, but on the evidence of those saves, the man in between the posts for Blackpool is getting a well-earned clean sheet today if he can keep a hold of it for a minute more or so.